Bonus episode. Bonus episode.
Like a lightning bolt from the grave of Jesus. Lavender hour. Forever with Jesus. From Ramona Quimby.
Did you read Beezus and Ramona?
Of course.
You did not.
Yeah, I did. I absolutely did.
I thought that was just for girls.
I was a little girl. I read that. I read Encyclopedia Brown.
Didn't read that one.
You did not read How do you miss Encyclopedia Brown? That's like not getting chicken pox.
Really?
Did you get chicken pox?
Yeah.
Then you should have read Encyclopedia Brown. That's what when you get chicken pox when you're a kid, you read Encyclopedia Brown.
I didn't.
You don't know the story of the young detective, the cops kid?
No.
Solve mysteries. Whenever there was like a mystery, the kid would figure out the mystery and you'd have to solve it.
No, I would watch Fantasy Island and what's the one?
It was a book.
I'd watch Gilligan's Island and eat mashed potatoes. That was my favorite thing to do.
God damn, Gilligan's Island was so good.
Do you remember that?
How do you forget?
Fantasy Island was on at night, but Gilligan's Island was on like right after school, like 3:00.
How do you forget? How do you forget Gilligan's Island? How do you forget Fantasy Island? How do you forget these things? Fantasy Island, by the way, was 15 million times better than Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island I thought was good. They had all comic actors.
Where would you rather stay? Gilligan's Island or Fantasy Island?
I don't really remember Fantasy Island.
You don't?
What happened?
Fantasy Island?
Yeah.
Fantasy Island. We don't have the sound guy here. I hope this doesn't suck. Hold on a second. I fucked up. Hello? Will you talk for a second?
Hello?
Keep talking.
Hello?
Keep talking.
Hello?
There we go. Fantasy Island? Did you ask me what happened on Fantasy Island?
Yeah, like wouldn't like Victor Borgia be there, like playing piano? Or like Gloria Vanderbilt was a guest. I don't understand. Was it like
people come
it was like a ship?
People come on a plane. Oh. How do you not remember this? This is like branded.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the Love Boat.
Oh my god. How do you not remember Fantasy fucking Island?
I remember the midget.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
The plane.
Yeah.
Ding,
You
ding,
don't
ding,
need to
ding,
remind
ding,
me of that.
ding. How do you forget this?
We need more sitcom characters
Rourke.
with catchphrases.
Rourke, the mysterious Rourke who's like granting these weirdos their wishes, and it's like they fly in this private jet and learn a life lesson.
Oh, they go on a private jet to a place that's not real?
No, Fantasy Island was real. It's totally real. It's still out there. If you can get it on you can get it on the internet. You can get tickets there still.
Why are you wearing sunglasses?
Because I want to be like Howard Stern.
Will you take those off?
No, I'm wearing them for the whole show. Next step's gold chains. Fantasy Island is this mystical place where rich people go and they get this lesson. And the thing that they want, there's always a snark there, like some kind of... Remember the episode where the guy wanted to be the greatest hunter and he hunted Rourke? He hunted the owner of Fantasy Island. Was like, fine, you can hunt me.
I wonder how many actors over 65 in LA have Fantasy Island written on their resume. I bet you there's a lot.
Damn, booking
Co-star, guest star, Fantasy Island, co-star, Three's Company, day player.
Let me tell you,
Gilligan's Island, Ginger's boyfriend.
Booking Fantasy Island was a big deal for a lot of cokeheads, man. If you book Fantasy Island, there's a lot of people who did like when was that? The late 70s?
Fantasy Island?
Or 80s?
Early 80s.
There was a lot of people who did like coke jumping jacks or did that John Bon Jovi dance move after they got the call from their agent. Like, you're on Fantasy Island. Yeah! Let's go do blow and celebrate. Fantasy Island was like what's comparable to that now? What's a show? It'd be like getting on...
What's comparable to coke jumping jacks?
Nothing. You could only do those in the 80s. You know that, what's that song? Jump for my love.
You mean Van Halen?
Yeah, jump.
He doesn't say for my love.
Whatever it is, I only listen.
Go ahead and jump.
That jump. That's the jump. He was singing about. He was singing about somebody.
That's the late 80s.
He was singing about someone who just booked Fantasy Island.
That's the late 80s.
Go ahead, jump. You booked to Fantasy Island. man.
Well, I want to do some Coke jumping jacks. Without the Coke.
Fuck Coke.
No, I know. I'm saying. You think gluten-free pizza would make you do those jumping jacks?
Jump for the gluten-free. No, I think that.
How about a yoga class?
I don't know, man. I've been working out, and I got to tell you, I feel like a new man.
Yeah?
Every time I go work out, I feel so stupid because it feels so good, and it's not even like you got to build up to it feeling good. It just feels good.
It's like homework for life.
Yeah, but you
have to go do it.
It's better than homework because it feels good. It's just your brain tells you for some reason right before you go, don't do it. Your brain wants you not to work out.
Yeah, but if you don't do your homework, you fail.
That's true. So you're saying wow.
I'm just saying, sometimes you don't want to do things, but if you don't do them, your life will fall apart.
Like drink water.
There's a lot of people who don't drink water.
People don't drink enough water. People are like so lethargic, and it's very funny to me because people start at the top when they've got problems. They're like, oh man, I must be lethargic because my mom was a bitch to me when I was growing up. When it's like, no, you're lethargic because you don't drink water. When your piss is not supposed to look like dark yellow or dark orange, and it's not supposed to.
Duncan, I don't think anyone's piss is dark orange.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're dehydrated.
Well, I've never been dehydrated.
You're supposed to have clear pee. And if you're
It's called pee-pee.
You're supposed to have clear pee-pee. I wish that was a medical name. I wish that would be so amazing if pee-pee was the medical name for urine. I'm going to have to get a pee-pee sample, ma'am. Point is, it's like you got to start at the basics. If you feel bad, the chances are pretty good it's right in front of your face while you feel bad. It's not some esoteric problem. You don't have an invisible demon clawing at your psyche. You just don't exercise. It's just simple. It's kind of...
Okay, I'll exercise.
Exercise, Natasha. Go pump iron. You should get really muscular.
No, I like yoga.
Yoga's great. You do sweat yoga, though.
Well, I just think that...
You go down to that Bikram's and roast your brains on the... God only knows what kind of... I shudder to think of the variety of ringworm that
Don't
is
say that.
festering in those... I shudder when I think about it.
You've never even been there.
If you took a microscope to that place, you would probably see little tiny primordial castles with ringworm living in it. I bet they have like a H.P. Lovecraft style kingdom on the floor of Bikram Yoga. Tentacled creatures with bunches of eyes just dying to climb into your pussy.
Actually, the smell's improved.
So it used to smell.
They got rid of the floor.
Oh, all that. What do you mean they got rid of the floor? Is it just a pit now?
They got a new floor. Still lots of almost naked guys there, though.
You love talking about that. Those guys in their tight white hipster underwear.
They're not attractive.
I'm sure some of them are.
I like a man who gets exercise by, like, sailing a boat.
Oh, yeah. Is that the kind of man you like? Sure been dating a lot of them. I know who you've dated. Sailing a boat.
Or, like, yeah, like, instead of getting a row machine, you know, you, like, really go row somewhere.
Yeah.
To see me.
Yeah, you got to be on the water for that, honey. Unless somebody's got a blimp with fucking paddles, which would be amazing.
Or kayak, or maybe archery.
You know, if you had
even tennis.
If you had a blimp with paddles, and that's how the first time you went to pick up a girl with a blimp, and you and like a dwarf threw a golden ladder down and helped her get up to the blimp, you would definitely be getting laid. Just a blimp with a bed in it.
Like the Balloon Boy. Can't wait for his TV show.
Do you remember?
I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's not coming out. But remember, everyone's like, he's going to get on a TV show.
They should have. That would have been great. That Shit Family.
They should have a show called Shit Family.
Yeah, that guy should have gotten a show. There's no reason he should.
They have to go so far into the outskirts of society to find TV shows. They have to find the dumbest, like TLC, like those hoarders, like those people who like would usually never see the light of day, like you would never talk to them or they'd never see a camera, and now they're on TV.
Yeah.
Or like the Jersey Shore, like those people are like They're like in the depths of society.
They're like butterfly catchers for crazy people, like butterfly collectors.
Not even crazy, just like
Bird
you know,
watchers.
like those weird British gypsies who like marry each other and they do this thing. There's a show on TLC called My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, and it's about this weird sect of gypsies in England and Ireland, and they do this thing called grabbing. And the men, that's how they mate. They basically just grab a woman and start fucking them.
Yeah, it's rape.
It's rape.
Another
and
word
that's
for
like
it.
the foundation of their relationship. And then they live in trailers and the girls clean all day and the men play video games.
So
this is like a hit show in England and now it's a hit show here.
How dare you judge their culture?
Grabbing.
Are you like Michelle Bachmann? Do you think some cultures are better than others?
That is a good question.
It,
I mean, I think it's a question of which cultures she's talking about.
no. It's a simple question. Are some cultures better than others?
Better is not the right word. More advanced than gypsies who rape each other. More advanced than how Iranian women are treated.
Gulp.
What?
So you don't believe in cultural relativism?
What does that mean?
Cultural relativism is the idea that cultures are these kind of bubbles that spring up from human society. And within this bubble, there are certain activities that are okay for that culture, but not okay for another culture. So,
Raping women at a well. I don't think that's okay.
it's one of the great, or clitorectomies is another good example of it, or making women wear veils, or all the variety of distressing things that
Well, obviously, that is not as advanced as our culture.
but our culture does other crazy shit. Like our culture, it doesn't use sandpaper to sand off a woman's clitoris or whatever fucked up things they do in some parts of Africa. But our culture drops nuclear weapons on cities and has done it bunches of times. Our culture has eradicated hundreds of thousands of people with weapons.
So what you're saying is all the bad things we've done are just as bad as the things
Well,
that
it's
other
just
cultures
we
done.
justify them. We say, no, you got to understand. We had to drop those fucking bombs on Hiroshima because the World War II would have gone on forever, and so many people would have died. Or, there's
Yeah, but that nitwit, Michelle Bachmann, is saying that gay people's lifestyles are not as relevant
yes,
or important
They're-
or vital as heterosexual
Right.
lifestyles, and I think that's a little different.
well, the problem is you get
and who knows what else she thinks?
you get into a slippery slope here because.
She seems worse than Sarah Palin.
But when you start doing the thing where you're like, okay, certain things in other cultures definitely seem fucked up. Like, for example, clitorectomies. Fucked up. There's no way to think that that's great. It's the most horrible thing that you can imagine. Genital mutilation done to a woman, and they have to do it. What's more fucked up than that? That's terrible. So a culture that supports and sustains genital mutilation compared to a culture that doesn't have genital mutilation, clearly that culture is not as good. It's fucked up. That's a fucked up culture. That's like a huge, giant wart on the side of that culture.
But is Canada way more advanced than us because they don't drop nuclear weapons on villages?
I don't know. It's a slippery slope because you get into this idea: is there like a perfect society? Is there out there somewhere a perfect version of the way is on this planet right now? It's like American Idol. Which country wins? Which country gets the Global Idol award?
Well, I was telling my British friend that America is over and that's falling apart, and he said Europe is too.
Maybe all of it is.
They
Maybe
already have Greece and Italy.
maybe the whole
What's
structure's
the other one? Brussels.
maybe the whole structure's collapsing. Maybe the whole thing's falling apart. Maybe the whole thing.
Maybe the whole thing always falls apart every 50 years.
Yeah.
World War. I mean, imagine living in a world war. That was people's realities. People must have thought it was going to be the end of the world when there was a world war.
They did.
I mean, I would. We don't even have a world war. Like when you read about, like Gertrude Stein talks about in Paris in the 1930s, you'd be like hanging out in your house and you would hear bombs.
Think about
You would hear Germany
bombing you.
I just thought the country was called German.
German.
You would hear the Germans bombing you.
Yeah, and you would
bombing your neighbors.
And you'd have to go into these bomb shelters when you came out. You wouldn't know what was going to be left. You would, when you came out, you didn't know if you were still going to have a family or.
We're like, it's the end of the world. Look at the fucking Kardashians. It's not really.
Well, I mean, I'm
just contradicting myself.
Not just the Kardashians. It's you're looking at a basic formula, which is the exponential reproduction of human beings with the drop of resources that they can live off of. So you've got human population exploding and resources dropping, and that's just a basic formula for disaster. It's like running out of chips at a party. You know, you can look at the chips, you can look at the number of people coming to the party, and you can calculate almost to the minute when the chips are going to run out, when there's not going to be any more beer. Only in this case, it's water and food. And when you run out of chips at a party, people just eat the fucking, I don't know, cheese out of your refrigerator. When you run out of water, people die. So it's a bit different.
I ran out of chips at a party once.
It's a mess. It's always sad when anything runs out at a party.
Kind of liked it.
Well, nobody wants.
Made everybody leave.
Yeah, and nobody wants to see.
Wait, another course coming out at 1:00 in the morning. The people who are there when you run out of chips, it's usually those are the people you want to leave.
The revelers.
Yeah, like the hardcore
partiers.
Like the party's been going on for 7 hours.
Party people, baby. Party people.
Time for them to go.
They're on the party scene, baby. You know the party scene? They're jumping from party to party, mixing and mingling, saying hello, listening to music, having some beers with some friends on the party scene in L.A. That is the most deplorable scene.
I don't think that you can speak
the party scene?
On any authority on this.
The party scene.
You've been to one party. You've been to 2 parties, that's including ours, in the past 3 months.
Yeah, but do you think that I didn't get on the L.A. party scene? You think there wasn't a time when I was going from party to party?
Yeah, I do think there was never a time.
There was a time.
When?
It was, I don't know. It was the same right around the time I was eating shitloads of ecstasy.
That's not the LA party scene that you would know now.
I was going to parties all the time. People would call. They're always going to parties. There's always some party happening, and you go to a party. You wouldn't even know who the fuck whose house it was. And you go there.
I used to do that.
Yeah. It's the party scene.
I'm more discerning now.
The party scene. The LA party scene. What's going on, Rod? Hey, you want to go to this party tonight? Okay.
Well, those are like scenesters.
Yeah.
People who are like always on the scene. We're not like that.
Well, no. I mean, we're not. We're of course not. You can't. After a certain age, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that after a certain age. That's a 20-year-old's pursuit.
I don't think that's true.
The party scene? Come on, man. Let's go to the party. Pick up some beer. That's a thing you do when you're in your 20s. I remember all those parties, hanging out at those parties and seeing all those 40-year-olds.
I am not 40.
I know, but I'm saying there is a cutoff. Otherwise, when you went to parties, you would always see like 40 and 50-year-olds. There'd be like older adults at parties. You never see that. Parties, you see young.
Yes, you do.
You see a few, but mostly you see young little babies.
You don't see people in their 30s?
I didn't say 30s. I said 40s or 50s.
But we're in our early 30s. Why would we not go to a party?
I'm just making the example that there's a cutoff rate. There's a cutoff.
I don't even think 40's old.
Listen, I don't care how old someone fucking is. I'm not a disciple of age. I don't care how many times the stupid planet's gone around the sun. I don't use that to identify how old I am. That's a crazy, stupid way to identify how old you are. I don't do that. I identify how old I am by how many times a day I pee. How good I feel. That's how I know how old I am. I feel like...
If you pee a lot, you're old?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, you have a small bladder.
I don't know. Not if you peel out, you're old. I was a stupid example.
What if you pee in your bed?
That you're old. What I'm saying is some days I'm in my late 70s, some days I'm in my early 20s. But most of the time, I'm never compelled to go to a party. We got to go to a party and mingle. Let's go mix it up down at the party. It's fun, I guess.
What about 80s parties? Just kidding.
Oh, the black mass of parties is the 80s party. Fuck you, 80s parties. God, I still remember. I remember this when I was in college. There was this awful streak of 80s parties. Everybody was having 80s parties. And I mean, music in the 80s.
Well, you know what's funny? In the 80s, they liked the 50s. Like, if you look at old Debbie
Right.
Harry albums, like Blondie, they're all kind of dressed like in saddle shoes and like satin jackets. And then remember Grease? That was in the 80s. Like, there was a small fascination with the 50s in the 80s. We always like 30 years different.
The 80s.
Although right now we're not into the 70s.
But man,
I guess we're still into the 80s.
most music in the 80s was really bad.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Like what?
Like, if you listen to 80s songs, every single one of them is, I'd say,
You wake me up before you
okay,
go.
there's some annoying songs.
Leave me hanging on
But
like
80s
a yo-yo.
music is so superior to the music now.
Turn
if you look at Billboard
around,
charts, can we look at a
bright
Billboard chart from
Every
1980?
now and then I
two.
fall apart.
Please, could someone send us that?
And I need you now.
And then a Billboard
tonight.
chart from 2011.
And I need you more than ever.
And you could surely make a
And if
great
you
playlist
only
from
hold me
1982.
tight,
I think.
we'll be holding on forever. We can make
That's a
it
good
to
song.
the end of the night.
Overplayed. I don't like overplayed songs.
Feel just like I'm walking
You know what the
on
worst
broken
music is?
glass. Do 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 do.
92.7 The Wave.
I am sitting in the
The
basement.
Wave plays, I heard it through the grapevine by Luther Vandross every 20 minutes.
I'd
They
rather-
had it on at my work.
I'd rather go to a party where Luther Vandross was playing than fucking turn
just don't like
around,
elevator music.
bright eyes.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Divorce songs.
Those are divorce songs from the 80s. It's what all our moms listened to.
That's why I hate it.
Tell the story of your mom listening to. What was the song she would listen to while you would be like being...
Turn around.
No, not that song.
That was that song.
No.
Is that Total Eclipse of the Heart?
It's another song you said that you'd be in the backseat of the car.
You name it. If there was a divorce song, I was in the backseat of a car listening to it. She would pick me up at the YMCA, listen to divorce music, drive over. I mean, it was a mess. When you were back in the 80s, people were getting fucking divorced. They were getting shitty haircuts. They were fucking losers in the 80s.
And they all had kids.
Dorks.
It was like 16 and pregnant.
But
It was like 26 and pregnant.
In the 80s,
and none of them had fathers.
It was a status symbol if you had an answering machine. The 80s were a vomit decade. I would cut the 80s out of history if I could.
Please.
If I became the emperor, I would find the remaining 80s stars that were alive, and I would have them incarcerated, and then I would erase the 80s from the history books. I just say it's...
You said that the 80s are a fluorescent pink lightning bolt through our culture.
I don't know when I said that, but that sounds too... It's a fluorescent pink turd on the floor of our culture. That's when our culture jumped the fucking shark. That was the beginning of the end.
I disagree.
I would erase the 80s from the history books, and I would call it the dark time, and none shall talk of it.
The dark time, but it's all fluorescence.
Yeah, we don't even talk about it. No one. And if you had an 80s party, it would be your lion food. I would have my soldiers go into 80s parties, decapitate everyone at the party, and put their fucking heads on spikes with radios playing "Turn Around, Bright Eyes" attached to the spikes. So you just walk by these fields of heads with fucking Total Eclipse of the Heart playing, and then you would understand how I feel about the 80s. I would gouge the eyeballs out of every single person who lived in the 80s, which would be me. So I guess I can't say that.
The 80s had some really bad songs, I'll admit.
I want to know a good song from the fucking 80s.
Well, there was like a few movements happening.
Name a good song from the 80s.
Anything off of U2 Boy? Or anything off of... Like, there were good albums. All, like, punk rock was spilling over into the 80s. Any Blondie album.
Give me a song
A song?
from the 80s.
Like a
Don't
hit
look.
song?
No, since you're such a fan of the 80s, I want to hear. You should be able to name 50 songs the way you've just portrayed the 80s.
I mean, I just am not really
you
thinking
should
about...
be rolling off your tongue like a DJ, a radio DJ right now. You should be...
Okay, I liked Big Audio Dynamite. Was that in the 80s?
What's the song? Name the song.
Apple Cart.
How did it go?
I don't remember. It was like a...
Huh, why wouldn't you remember that song?
All right, hold on.
Such a good time in music's history.
Wasn't the Clash from the 80s? Wasn't like...
Don't fucking ask me. I wore earplugs through the 80s.
That's because you didn't know about cool music in the 80s. There's like alternative music, like Elvis Costello. Like there was all these good 80s.
The 80s.
Smiths are
if there
from the 80s.
ever was a decade
The
to
Cure
go deaf.
is from the 80s.
If there was ever a decade to go deaf, it was the 80s. That's one thing. If you know someone who went deaf in the 80s, you can tell them you've only been deaf for...
Depeche Mode was... Oh, that was more 90s. I'm trying to think. I mean, I was very young in the 80s. So I'm trying to...
I know. The point is, you can't name a good song.
Haircut 100. Weren't there like a lot of like alternative pop
you can't
punk
sing
happening?
a good song from the 80s because no song from the 80s made enough of an impression on you.
I can sing a song from the 80s.
Touch of Grey.
Fleetwood Mac. Ugh. Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, that's a song from the 80s. Why wouldn't you like that?
Because I don't like the Grateful Dead. I don't go that way.
I think maybe Pink The Wall came out in the 80s and that was a good album. I will admit that. But I mean, if it did come out in the 80s, it was only because he was in
Graham Parsons, is he from the 80s?
I don't know.
See, you didn't know about good music in the 80s. You just knew about like the Billboard 100.
Yeah, that's it. Casey Kasem. I just knew that my mom had a giant box on top of the TV that put HBO into the television, and I knew that there was an endless supply of Keebler Elf cookies for me to eat, which is why I got fat in the 80s. I would just lay on the couch and watch HBO. Reruns, I didn't care. Something about pay TV fascinated me. I went through a good 2 years just watching HBO and shoving my fat mouth full of Keebler Elf cookies while my mom was writhing in the guilt and agony that must come from a divorce when you've got 2 kids. Jesus, that must suck. Fuck, that sucks. Ugh. And you got those little bastards, just some fat little bastard eating those Keebler Elves and watching Max Headroom on HBO. Ooh, creepy, man.
Billy Idol, he sucked. There was a lot of that like faux.
It's a nice day for
but then there was like the real thing, like David Bowie or
oh wait,
Adam Ant. He was good.
What about the Talking Heads?
They were great.
Devo.
They were great.
Okay, so there were some good ones.
Yeah, you just didn't know about like cool music until you were like in college.
Nice day to start again.
You were more into like movies and horror and cookies.
Yeah, if they had
until you were like 20.
If Keebler Elves came in Billy Idol or in Pink Floyd albums, I would have been a lot cooler sooner. But I managed to climb over the hump. Some music these days doesn't sound that... I mean, music these days is pretty good, actually.
If you go on Pandora.
Yeah, there's a lot of good music. There's just too much music now. There's so much music.
I like this band now called Hot Chip. They're good. I put that on Pandora. That's very upbeat. Kind of like dance music.
My friend from the UK liked that stuff.
I like it.
Yeah, well, you know, the 80s...
Having a hard time listening to Bob Dylan since now all I can
Hey,
think of is him.
Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me.
A meatball, what did you say?
Meatball with vocal cords. I could go on. I can do 30 bad descriptions of Bob Dylan. 30, a shrunken head that can sing. A fucking, you know what he is? He's like what would happen if something that got stuck under your balls, if you put a microphone in front of it and gave it a banjo. He's some oily thing that came out of the crevices. God, a lot of people got mad about that too. A lot of people sent me some videos of Dylan. Like, this is a good Dylan. Something from his movie, I'm Not There, which we could only wish.
I love Stevie Nicks, and she's like the voice of the 80s.
Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. What'd you do? Did you get shoe leather caught in your throat? Clear your fucking throat, man. No one told him he can clear his throat.
Duncan, no one's on
I
board.
can't clear my throat.
No one's on board.
I don't have the muscles in my throat. Can't clear it, man.
That's how he talks.
Lay. Is that him? Lay on my big brass band. Stay. Anyone can sing like Bob Dylan. Anyone getting strangled sounds like Bob Dylan. If you... You know what I would do if I was a serial killer? My serial killing would be I would take a tape recorder and strangle people and get them to sing Bob Dylan songs while I was strangling them, and then put that on an album and say it was unreleased Bob Dylan music, and people would think it was his shit. Fucking Bob Dylan. All these, we're sick of these. There's two here. There's basically only a few good bands that exist. The Holy Sons.
Oh, God.
Sebado.
Oh, God.
Daniel Johnston.
He's good.
And Hawk and a Hacksaw.
I like that. But that's gypsy music. That's like, first of all, you can't say right now that you don't know about that much music. You can't say there's only 3 bands that are worth listening to. That makes you sound stupid.
Okay, well, then I sound stupid. And I'm sure I said 50 things today that made me sound stupid. D. Antwoord. The best. Everything else is now irrelevant.
Well, until you hear it and like it.
And Hot Chip, please.
I like it.
Oh, Queen knockoffs.
It's dance music.
It's Queen knockoffs.
Queen is good.
Queen's the best. Let Queen do what Queen do.
They're not Queen
Hot Chip.
ripoffs,
Hot
darling.
Chip. A beat like that. You know what that is? Kids party music. That's what you play when you're hitting the pinata with your fucking 6-year-olds. If you want to feel life, buy Sebado the Freedweed. Put it in.
What band was the guy from Sebado in?
Fucking Dinosaur Jr.
That band I like. That was 90s.
Oh,
though.
Lou Barlow. You didn't like any of his other stuff. You don't like the Century.
I like that guy Jay Mascis.
Incredible.
Well, I'm not telling you a secret. I'm not telling you goodbye. That's one of the best songs of the 90s.
Yep.
Can we please put that on, a video of that? That is so good.
Well,
Put that on Go Deeper.
If people,
That's a good song. People might not know that song. That's an excellent song. That's as good as Teen Spirit, which
Yeah.
I'm sure I would never listen to now.
put
but
that on the YouTube, and could you please also put on?
it is on YouTube, I'm sure.
Put put that on Go Deeper, somebody.
I'm not telling you a secret.
Yeah, you know,
It's like emotional, but like poppy. It's so great.
you gotta have guts to listen to good music. Most people don't have guts. They just want to listen to drivel. They want to listen to I don't even know what people are listening
As
to.
this guy I dated told me a long time ago who liked New Kids on the Block or some retarded
Dear
band like that.
Christ.
He said, you know, Natasha, some people just listen to music to relax.
Yeah. Some people do a lot of bad things to relax.
Well, he just didn't think of music as like
Some people
art.
Some people crush.
It was like I don't know.
Some people pay women to crush baby chickens with high heels to relax. So there's no just because it helps you.
I got to bring up my day job.
Just because it helps you relax doesn't mean it's good.
I have a friend who does that.
Crushes chickens.
She does tons of perverted
You don't know that she crushes chickens.
She Tarzan Feathers people. That's kind of the same.
Tars and feathers. Are you sure?
Yes.
What kind of tar?
Probably like honey.
So it's not really tar and feather.
No, but someone's paying to make it seem like they've been tarred and feathered by a dominatrix.
Well, I mean, when you say tar and feathered, I'm thinking like hot.
Maybe it's black honey.
Hot tar. That was so funny. People really used to do that. If you came into town and you were bad news trying to sell bullshit, they would put tar and feathers on you so that people at other towns could identify you right
that's
away.
Great.
So if you walk into another town and
So that was probably some like Hollywood producer who wants that to be done to them.
Yeah.
You know how bad everything is that they're making.
yeah, they just want to get the shit kicked out of them for a little while so that they can relax.
To some Billboard hits.
That's such a strange job. There's a lot of dominatrixes that follow me on Twitter, I've noticed.
That's from doing Joe Rogan's podcast.
I've gotten followed Friday by a dominatrix, and it's always fascinating to me. And I like it. I like it a lot.
What if someone like really successful and rich started stripping? Like someone's just like, I just want to take my clothes off for like weird guys.
Yeah. That would be amazing. God, that'd be crazy. Like who?
I just think the point is you shouldn't do a job like that.
You mean like what's her name? Like Brad Pitt's Angelina Jolie, if she started. You know how like Jeff Goldblum, there's a hotel around here where he plays piano on Wednesdays. Like there's a strip club. Angelina Jolie comes in on Wednesdays just to do a quick.
Drew Barrymore used to do that.
Strip?
Well, no, like in the 90s or early, in the 90s in New York, there was this place called the Blue Angel. And they'd be like, oh yeah, Drew Barrymore came in on Wednesday and stripped.
My friend's girlfriend, I have a friend who's...
Stripping was cool, I guess, then.
I have a friend whose girlfriend gets spanked for money.
You do?
Yeah. But,
How do you know? He tells you?
Yeah.
Do I know them? You don't have to tell me who it is, but do I know them?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who it is.
But...
She gets spanked?
She gets
Did he tell you what her hourly rate is?
I don't know the rate.
He's not worried about her going into like strangers' houses to spank them, or do they come over to her house?
No. He seems totally cool with it.
Wait, hold on. Do they come to her house? Do they live together?
No.
So do they come to her house?
No, she goes to...
She's having weird guys from the internet
Not guys.
Girls?
She goes to this girl's house and she gets filmed getting spanked by this girl.
Filmed?
Yeah.
For the internet?
Yeah, it's a form of porn.
With her face?
Yeah.
Does she get paid for like residuals or something? No, I'm not making a joke.
Yeah, it's a SAG shoot.
The dominatrix that I knew, she told me that there's like something, probably like, what's it called? YouPorn. Or there's some other porn site where you can go and get, like, you get money per clicks.
Well,
and your profiles get money. Like, that is different than actually going to weird men's houses.
Girl's house.
She's going to a girl's house, and then the girl is like the madam.
She's getting spanked.
Not by the girl.
She's getting spanked by the girl.
Your friend's girlfriend, it turns her on to get spanked by a girl.
No, she gets paid.
She gets paid. She has
Jesus
one client.
Christ, this isn't fucking calculus here.
Explain it to me.
This isn't, what are we
doing
here?
All right, let's call her Sherry.
Sure.
Okay, tell me what Sherry does.
Sherry goes to a house where a woman gives...
What's the other woman's name?
Spankin Louise.
So Sherry is employing Spankin Louise, or she's making money? Is Sherry leaving with more money or less money?
You know what? Just go in the hallway and dance.
What's that mean?
It's what you said you used to do when people were trying to teach you in school.
That's why no one taught me.
Natasha, go in the hallway and dance. If you
You think that the teachers told me to go in the hallway and dance?
If you can't understand,
I don't understand who
the
is
concept
the dominatrix
of people getting filmed on camera doing sex, then I don't know how to explain it.
No, but does this girl, Sherry, is she making money? Is this her job, or is this what turns her on?
It's her job.
So Spankin Louise employs her?
Yeah. She's
Does Spankin Louise get on camera too?
Yeah.
So both of their faces. So Spankin Louise is like her agent.
No. Spankin Louise is her employer and her spanker.
Does it turn Spankin Louise on?
I don't know if she enjoys her job.
So they make a video for like
I
Spankin
haven't watched
Louise's...
the video. I didn't watch the video.
Let's hypothetically, they will make a video and put it on YouPorn, and then does Spankin Louise get the resids?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Spanking Louise monetizes her fucking spank videos. But it seems like a pretty weird life. It's like a podcast for Spanking Louise. It's a podcast. And it's confusing. It's confusing, and I don't understand it. I do understand it. Why am I? You just made me say it's confusing. It's not confusing. In this world, in LA, you are always 3 margaritas away from an orgy. You're surrounded at all sides by the highest forms of sexual deviance. These hills are brimming with pervs. It's like...
I don't run into a lot of pervs.
Oh, sure you do.
Oh, remember I told you I was in line at the gas station, and this like cool looking guy was behind me. I just thought, oh, he's cool, whatever. And then he's like, what kind of water is that?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. And then he was like, why do you buy it? Or do you think it's better? Because it was like Voss. That's all they had. And I was like, I don't know. I think it's just an expensive bottle. And he goes, oh, is that why you like it?
He negged you.
And I was like, this guy just looked totally like normal.
That's just someone reading the game.
Right, but then you told me that any guy, because I was like, but he was like a hipster, like he looked like he had cool taste in music.
When a guy insults
but any guy who's horny reads the game, even if he likes fucking pot chip.
Yeah, guys read the game, and then they go out on these stupid missions, and they like they basically like keep insulting girls until a dumb one sucks their cock.
But did he really? Wait, so he was coming on to me just by saying, "Why do you get that water?"
This is what you do. You find a pretty girl who's dumb, and the concept is you put a wedge in her psyche that confuses her because she doesn't understand why you're not paying attention to her, why you're being mean to her. It's based on...
Is that wedge called the David Taylor?
It's based on this supply and demand thing. It's based on this bizarre commodity where the idea is like guys are fawning all over pretty girls all the time. So what happens when the one guy who's got his fucking scarf on because he's peacocking that says some kind of semi-obnoxious thing to a girl, it like throws a monkey wrench in her whole paradigm, and to balance the universe to get the guy to fawn after her as she's conditioned to think all guys should, she sucks his cock.
It made me frightened.
Well, it doesn't work on everyone. Some.
So I was like, are people this like? Because you just kind of try to assume that everybody's cool, and then when people are just like not, it's kind of depressing.
Oh, there's some real sleaze bags in Silver Lake. It's getting infested, man. It wasn't always like
you
this.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Why?
There's some drips rolling down the street these days. I can't even fucking buy a comic book where I used to buy my comic book and get a fucking delicious yerba mate smoothie to read Walking Dead to, because Silver Lake, you can't walk down Silver Lake without brushing shoulders with some guy in a wife beater and a handlebar mustache wearing a marching band hat and wearing high heels and lederhosen with a fucking who knows what, wearing like 17 swatches, and he's got crab lice dancing on his fucking head.
What did you call them? Sergeant Hipster.
I didn't call it. Yeah, I don't. Someone else
you
called
them that. Duncan, you called them.
I don't remember that.
You did, because you remember.
I think I heard that from someone else. I can't.
No, because then I told you said it, and you said that.
Can't lay
claim.
And
it was because of that guy who lived up the street from us.
He's cool. That guy's like the real deal.
The one who wears the marching band outfit.
Yeah, he's cool.
Who's a magician?
Yeah, he's awesome.
With a handlebar mustache.
He's cool. That's a character. That's a real, authentic, dyed-in-the-wool, Silver Lake.
There's a mural of him across from Casbah.
That guy's fucking awesome. He's actually one of my favorite people in Silver Lake. So this is what happens.
I'm just telling you.
You get a cool guy like that guy, and what inevitably happens is you get the fucking knockoffs, man.
Yeah.
You get this cool like guy.
That's true.
Who's like a real magician who's got a trained chicken. I've seen him do the coolest fucking magic. And then you get 6 guys who just were living on Melrose, and all they did is like change their outfit a little bit because they want to get some of that American Apparel pussy. That's
why you moved over here.
Yeah, right. They roll down. I did not. But
You used to live on the west side.
Honey, I don't have health insurance. I can't have sex with American Apparel models. You get these fucking these greasy tumbleweeds.
Do you think any American Apparel model has ever had sex with someone who has a job?
Yeah, only that. You're talking about suicide girls. That's the suicide girl spectrum. We're talking about the girls with tattoos that are like crazy art types. I mean, they're super hot. Don't get me wrong. I don't blame jocks putting on hipster camouflage to go fishing in these waters. I get it. But it's like there's just too many of them now. And Silver
Oh,
Lake.
yeah, because if I was in West LA and if that guy was really beefy and was like, hey, why you got that water? It would just be so obvious that he was just like just one of those douchebags who like
Same
pumps
thing.
iron, like a Jersey Shore type, like Ronnie.
Yeah.
Whatever their names are.
Same thing.
Bobby.
It's just the hunters are hunters are hunters. Hunters are really good at putting on camo. A great hunter wears camouflage. You have to if you want to catch things. And there's a lot of guys who like want to fuck, the flavor of the month as far as girls go. And I think right now in the popular culture, people want to go deep inside something that hasn't showered that recently.
All right, Duncan, let's cut to a commercial.
All right.
Recently, Duncan Trussell was contacted by a janitor at the CERN Particle Accelerator in Illinois. This janitor has told him of strange events that have been happening at an accelerating rate at this particle accelerator. The phone calls were recorded. They are being edited now. Prepare yourself for Tales of the Particle Janitor. Tales of the Particle Janitor. A janitor gives us the inside look at what is happening right under our noses at government facilities paid for with your taxes. Tales of the Particle Janitor. Go with a particle accelerator janitor on a golf cart ride through the tunnels and tubes that lay beneath the CERN Particle Accelerator and hear stories that will reshape your idea of how the universe works. The Particle Janitor.
And by the way, if you're a guy, there's nothing wrong with trying to pick up a girl. I mean, for God's sakes, that's like what you should be doing. That's a good thing. I'm sorry if I seem incredibly judgmental. It's just this is what I want. I want to be able to buy my fucking monthly Walking Dead comic book by going to the conveniently located secret headquarters on Sunset Boulevard.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Let's do a commercial for them.
Now,
Just say what it's called.
People think, here's the problem. People thought the last the commercial I did for the pot dispensary, they thought we were getting paid for that.
They're stupid then, because this is clearly
It's
something
confusing.
that's not pre-med. Yeah, but you should tell people. Do you want to keep your favorite place in
Yes,
business?
I do. Secret headquarters,
Do you realize
Sunset
that the
Boulevard.
corporations are taking over?
Right by...
Do you think that Secret Headquarters is owned by Clear Channel?
No.
Then let's talk about it so people can go there so you can keep going there.
Secret Headquarters is a very nice comic book shop on Sunset Boulevard, and it's right next to... What's that place that sells the huge butt plugs?
Rough Trade.
Rough Trade.
Which we are not doing a commercial for.
Yes, we are. There's 2 stops.
Wait, why did we go to Circus of Books when there's
major... 2. Only are you bored? Well, I'll tell you 2 stops you can make to not be bored. Start at Rough Trade. Go upstairs in Rough Trade.
On Sunset Boulevard.
Go upstairs in Rough Trade.
At Sunset Junction.
Check out the shit up there. Holy shit. They have sex toys that look like they were props in Silence of the Lambs. They've got shelves of weird... They have like tweezers that you clamp onto the end of your large intestine while someone is like inserting test tubes into your penis and electrocuting your nipples, and meanwhile you're wearing a pig mask that says bitch on the top. They have that kind of stuff there.
And then walk on down the street to Palazzo Gelato.
Yeah, that's
that's
stop 3.
Oh, that's 3?
Stop
Okay.
1. buy your cock ring, your vibrating cock ring.
Look at the relics.
Look at the relics. Strap on the cock ring and head down to secret headquarters and buy a copy of Walking Dead. Then go down to the gelato place and read Walking Dead while your vibrating cock ring is vibrating and enjoy a nice gelato on a summer day. That's a good day. But it sucks when you're just surrounded by these...
A good day and a dumb joke. Like you're going to sit at the gelato place and with your cock
With
ring
a vibrating cock ring
on.
on?
But if you went home, you'd probably have fun. Get your gelato to go.
Fine. So there's our commercial for 3 different places. Get your gelato to go. Anyway, there's a...
If someone really thinks we're getting paid, how much do you think Palazzo Gelato, like maybe they would give us like 10 free ice cream cones
Well, I'll tell you.
to do
My when I did the
an
fake
ad for them.
when I did the fake advertisement for the pot dispensary, I had a surreal moment because I went into the pot dispensary on Sunset Boulevard, right up from Circuits of Books, and the guy was like, "Hey, look at this!" And he had just opened up the Lavender Hour
It
because
was like
someone
the day
told.
after we did it.
It was eerie. It was like a weird synchronicity that I couldn't believe, and he actually gave me a discount on some medicinal marijuana drops, which I thought was quite a gentlemanly thing to do.
I would love for us to just do ads for things we like.
Yeah, me too.
And do it every week. We've done enough for today.
I don't want to be annoying with them, though. I think people like us.
Well, a lot of people aren't in LA. That's the problem.
Yeah, so maybe we should find like online things people can get, or like cool books people can get, or like interesting documentaries.
I think we should just do it if we think of it.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, yeah.
Should have a name for them. Oh, we have a sweepstakes happening too. We need to talk about.
Oh, well, you lead the charge on that one, honey.
Well, I've gotten a lot of.
Why did I start calling you honey? It's because I'm wearing these sunglasses.
Gotta take those off.
Lead the charge on that one,
Take
baby.
those off.
You're wearing it. She's wearing a. You know
Yeah,
what?
who have you become?
Natasha's wearing a robe right now. Oh,
And what else am I wearing?
American Apparel bathing suit.
I'm wearing a swimsuit. I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't worn my swimsuit all summer.
I don't know why you're wearing anything.
The yard is nice as the ocean.
Next time, wear lingerie.
Anyway, a lot of people have said they can't afford the $1 episode. So
Nice tits.
I think that we should hold a sweepstakes. I have had some nice things on Twitter. People are like, I really love the show, but I really can't afford $1. I'm so poor right now.
Wait,
please.
sorry, honey.
What?
You can't do this advertisement on the episode people paid $1 for. You have to do the episode on the next one, this commercial on the next one, and we'll put sad music to it.
No, I don't want.
Well, why is somebody going to enter a sweepstakes for a free episode when they bought the episode? The math doesn't work. We'll have to do it on the next one. These people are the hardcore fans who are listening. These are the people who get it.
I'm just saying we should have a sweepstakes for people, and they can write in and say why they can't afford, what their life situation is like,
but
that they don't have $1.
Yeah,
and then we'll review them, maybe read some online or on air, and then we can award one free download to the
Whoever's
person
got
with the
the
biggest
saddest
sob
story. Whoever has the saddest story
It'll be like Oprah.
Gets the $1 episode for free. Now, I'll tell you this though. Our Lavender lads who are listening right now, they don't care about this stupid commercial.
That's what our fans are called.
Somebody Facebooked me that or emailed me that.
Our fans are called Lavender Lads.
They don't want to hear this shit.
Well, people also don't want to be called that because that's what they, in the commie days, that's what they called gay people.
Oh, Lavender Lads. Oh, fuck. That's a good name for gay people. That's a good name for any group of people.
That's why they should be called the Lavender Lads. We're not against gay marriage. And even if you're not gay, you should never be homophobic.
Yeah, just in case you guys were wondering, we're not against gay marriage.
I just mean
that's going to be that's a groundbreaking revelation for a lot of people. Holy shit, that's going to create waves.
I have a friend who's Christian who believes that the union of two people should be male and female. She truly believes that, even though she like... Why are you saying it like that? Stop it. Why are you so mad?
Oh, because it just hurts to hear that anyone you're friends with has got
I'm not friends with them. I am friends with them.
That's like being friends with a Nazi.
She's Christian.
Ah.
That's what Christians believe.
No, it isn't.
It's what some people who are Christian
Like
believe.
Jesus ever said that you couldn't get married if you were gay.
Well, she's related to me, but I do like her.
Well,
And
she's
she's
wrong
young.
about something very important.
What? Oh, obviously. But I'm just saying it's important to talk about it because not everyone believes that. So I just don't think it's a given that everybody thinks that because
Can you
some
imagine?
people are from like Christian areas.
So like Jesus one day is walking through the streets and he's just healed some lepers and some blind people and thrown out a couple of demons. And he looks over and he sees a couple of guys kissing. And he's like just given the thing, love the Lord God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. Hang all the other commandments on that. And he looks over at two guys kissing. He's like, could someone get these fags out of here? Let's get these fucking queers out of my sermon. Look at them.
Or even think of him
Barbarians.
coming up to them and saying, "Excuse me,
Wretched.
I believe that marriage should be between a man and a
I
woman."
don't approve of what you're doing here. I know that I'm the Son of God and the incarnation of all love in the universe, but we can't deal with you and as someone with the same genitals hooking up. I created all time and space. I'm responsible for all life on this earth. I created every existing thing in the universe. All things spring from me like water from the fountainhead. But boy, do I hate it when people with the same, when evolved apes with similar genitals bed together. That drives me nuts.
I'm not saying the girl has a point. I'm just saying it exists out there in Hollywood among people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, they're idiots.
Nuda.
And they're going to get swept away by the force of evolution. It's going to destroy them.
That's why Michelle Bachmann cannot even get in the race. I need to read the news. I don't even know what's happening.
I want to get Michelle Bachmann on the Lavender
didn't
Hour.
you say-
Hey, Bachmann.
She only has I have more Twitter followers than her.
Hey, Bachmann.
Or I did.
This is Duncan Trussell from the Lavender Hour sending out a lavender challenge.
Does she have a pregnant teen too?
Do you have a pregnant teen? I want to see her tits. And hey, Bachmann, if you got any guts, come on the Lavender Hour and set us straight, literally and philosophically. I want to know how you are able to exist in this universe without feeling like the craziest human that has ever wandered the planet. Please come on the show. It will not be a biased interview, I promise.
Does she have kids?
Who knows?
Oh, I bet her kids are a mess.
Check the orphanages. Check the mental asylums.
Remember how great it was when Dick Cheney's daughter was a lesbian?
The best.
I love when that stuff works out like that.
Me too.
Or when Michelle Bachmann's husband converts gays to pray away the gay, but he's a closeted gay.
He seems to be a closeted
right,
gay.
right. Same thing.
It's not the same thing in court. By the
Well,
way, if we
anyway.
got sued by Michelle Bachmann's husband, if he sued the Lavender Hour, it'd be the greatest thing that ever happened.
He's a lavender lad.
He's a lavender lad. And he's got to let loose and let it go, man. Why are you oppressing yourself with that old dominatrix Bachmann? Get out of there. Go to the bear club. Sit in a hot tub with some hairy dudes. Feel some balls. Let it loose. Why are you clamping down on everybody? Why are you being a party pooper, man?
Can you imagine?
Pray away the guy. Pray away the
sharing
guy.
what people do with their lives in any way that wasn't like going to make them happy. Like you should think like all people should, like if you're a person who is in a position to help people, which if you have a service like he has,
Yeah.
you should only want to make them
Happy.
happy.
You should base everything on love. You should only want
But
to create
tell
loving
someone that
situations.
They shouldn't do something because you believe in that it's wrong. It's very confusing.
Well, that's where we get in trouble because we think it's wrong that people think gay marriage is wrong. So what do? Just let these hotheads march around making everybody who has natural inclinations to hook up with the same gender feel like assholes? No. Some people are just wrong. The problem is who's wrong. You got to base it on love. Who's loving? Does Michelle Bachmann seem loving? When you see Michelle Bachmann talk, do you see love radiating out of her like watching Gandhi speak or Martin Luther King speak? Martin Luther King fucking was just bleeding love. When you watch that guy speak, he's just love is rushing through him. When you watch Michelle Bachmann speak, it's like watching a fucking icicle.
Well, she never gets fucked.
No shit. That poor lady. Somebody fuck Bachman. There's two things that need to happen to make...
Like Sarah Palin was getting fucked.
Sarah Palin was getting fucked by wolves.
Hillary Clinton's getting fucked by women.
Yeah, Hillary.
Most likely.
Now I think she's getting fucked by one of those robot machines, like those sex dildos that are run by some supercomputer in NASA that like reads her pulse rate and then probably launches a remote controlled vibrator inside her.
Oh, what kind of sex do you think Oprah has?
What kind of sex does Obama have?
Standard.
Come on, you're the president.
Oh, I don't think he has like a big ego like I'm the president.
Oh yeah, you don't? You're fucking in the same room George Washington fucked?
You probably just feel very regal. The same bedroom every time?
I don't know. In my mind, it's the same place Lincoln was humping, George Washington was humping, definitely Kennedy. You can walk into a room and there's 99% chance that Kennedy's jizz is on the wall.
Yeah, I'm sure he was jizzing on the wall.
Oh.
How many times do you jizz on a wall? Nobody jizzes on a wall.
That guy was a jizz volcano. He's the president. He's got to reproduce.
He wasn't fucking he probably was not doing that much fucking in the White House.
Yeah.
It's not like if you're the president, you're having girls over.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll meet you at your place in Ottawa, Canada.
The president doesn't.
Or like Point Doom, like deepest Malibu. They're like hiding.
The president doesn't fuck in the White House.
No.
The president fucks in some steel room under the White House.
Do you think Oprah like is a lesbian? I find that personality type to be so scary.
Oprah?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she's a lesbian. I think she's more like some kind of she reminds me of Barney.
Why?
She's like a kid. She's like a kid's mascot for adults.
Oprah's adult Barney.
Yeah, kinda. She's got those.
And like instead of songs, she has like bad book clubs. No, I'm sure some of the books are good.
No, she's just she's like.
She has too much power.
And
she stares at pictures of herself when she wakes up in the morning.
Cushiony sentiment. She's like a Febreze can filled with sentiment, and she sprays it into the cameras every day, starting her own network.
Her own magazine.
An entrepreneur. She has big parties where she hugs like the Dalai Lama and the heads of the UN.
I heard from I dated a guy who had his family had the same cook as Oprah, and the cooks just said that she was like the biggest bitch in the world. But that's gossip.
Oprah being a bitch?
Mm-hmm. To her help.
Wouldn't surprise me. Did you hear? My friend told me he just watched Gone with the Wind, and he said that there's a scene in Gone with the Wind where there's some kind of device set up where the black children crank the device and fan the white children at night while they sleep. Is that true? Have you seen
Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it now.
I heard it was an extremely racist movie.
I would like to rewatch that and revisit it and see how it looks, because I think even from our youth, people have become less and less racist.
Aren't we an oppressive species? I was reading about how slavery was so common in like so many other cultures besides white people.
You mean black people?
Well, no, I mean, it wasn't just white people that kept slaves. Some black people kept slaves.
There was all these white slaves as well.
Some indigenous tribes kept slaves.
But our country was born with white slaves.
Slavery has been a big part of human evolution. It's kind of crazy when you think about that, how so much of our evolution is founded on people doing shit against their will. So many buildings, so many institutions, so many things is people being forced against their will to submit to the will of people more powerful than them. It's very weird. I mean, computers probably wouldn't. The pinnacle of technology and the crazy world we're in right now has its roots in slaves. That is so fucking weird. That's like having really great tomatoes in your garden, but knowing there's a bunch of dead kids buried underneath them.
Do you think a country like a capitalist society can't exist without slaves? And they're just starting to figure out a new form of slave?
Yeah, or maybe they're figuring out a way that no one has to be a slave anymore. But maybe that's just part of growing up for a species is like...
Right, that's what I hope.
You go through this... Well, I mean, you can't really keep a slave now.
Well, no, but I'm saying that's a new kind of slave.
Yeah.
It's where you start shortening the wages,
Wage
increasing their amount of time right when they just had their second or third baby so they can't even like stay afloat.
Wage slave.
So you think that you're not a slave, but because you can like buy a Cadillac and go to your kid's birthday party and do your laundry and not have to ask anyone, but you still don't have time to yourself. You're working for somebody else. And if you were to quit working for that person, your life would collapse. Doing a job you don't like.
That's slavery.
Kind of. I mean, they don't get whipped and they don't have like chain gangs.
It's a low-level form
Their
of it.
chain gang is the carpool lane.
God, Jesus.
Or being stuck in traffic.
Yeah, pull it down. She was just pulling down her bathing suit to show me her breasts.
Duncan, I have to go. Stop it. All right, let's wrap it up.
I'm slave to your tits.
Let's wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
That was very funny. You really said some funny things. I like Oprah is adult Barney. Can we, darling, let's say goodbye. Sing the song.
Like a lightning bolt from the tomb of the devil.
Duran Duran, are they from the 80s? I never liked them, actually.
I don't know. All right, you guys. Bye. I'll see you on Monday. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you for paying for this episode. Bless
and
you.
music.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
And
we love
music.
You. Thank you.
I thought of a song
Thank
from the 80s.
You. We love you.
And music.
We love you. We love you.
And music.
Thank you. We love you. We love you.